Hello, everybody. What's going on? Hopefully, I'm not muted like last time. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Zach Milne Talks Live. Welcome, everybody who's watching. Welcome, everyone who's watching the replay. And, of course, everyone listening on the podcast, which, guys, big announcement. The podcast is now not just available on Apple Podcasts. You can get it on Spotify. You can get it on iHeartRadio. All the places where you can find your podcast is where my podcast can now be found. So go and look for that so I can, talk in your ears all day long. Guys, this is a very fun, special episode. I am not just by myself this time. As you guys probably know, San Diego Comic-Con is going on as we speak. It just started, but this weekend's the big one. We got DC and Marvel presenting their stuff on Saturday. So I thought the first person that came to mind when I thought, who can I talk about all these predictions with, was Chillmonger. If you guys haven't been to the Chillmonger YouTube channel, you guys have got to check him out. He does some really fun, the most interesting questions you will find for Star Wars, Marvel, 33 burning questions every Saturday. I am so excited to bring him onto the stream. Welcome, Chillmonger.
Hey, that's right. Every Saturday I do 33 burning MCU questions. Sometimes it's Star Wars. Sometimes I did an anime one once too. But whatever I'm
really?
feeling, yeah, I'll ask. Are you an anime guy, Zach?
I am not. No.
Oh, well then.
Yeah. No. I couldn't get into it. Pokemon when I was really young.
Ooh, we could do a Pokemon one. That's coming. As soon as that video, that new Scarlet and Violet game comes out, I'm using Pokemon questions. And I've been
Oh, really?
inviting you, Zach. I've been week after week. I've been sending you
I
invitations. I'll
know.
get you
I
one of
know
these
you do.
weeks.
You are so generous, and I just my Saturdays are always so busy. It's hard to squeeze anything in there, especially like early in the morning.
Yeah, for
But
you, it would be in the morning. I'm over here on the East Coast.
yeah, exactly. But I'll be on one day for sure. We'll figure it out. We'll time
Yeah.
it out.
Yeah, I do it
All
every week.
right. Let's see what people are saying. We got Luke Ponto. My guy Zach, what's up, man? Not much, man. Nice to meet you, Chillmonger. Luke's a big supporter of the channel. He's a great guy too. So he's in here a lot, almost all the streams. So thank you, Luke. All right, guys. So we only got Chillmonger for about an hour, so we really got to get into this stuff. So I believe the way it goes on San Diego Comic-Con is at 10:15 a.m. on Saturday. We got Warner Brothers, their DC presentation, and then Marvel's going to be at the very last. I love this Marvel Studios mega panel at 5 p.m. They're both an hour long, so that's a lot of things that they can put in to fill that hour. So we're gonna start, I think, like San Diego Comic-Con, with our DC Comic-Con predictions. We're just gonna throw things at the wall. Some of this stuff might be obvious, some of this stuff might be totally out there. We're just gonna have fun. We're gonna discuss it all. He knows a lot more about this comic book stuff than even I do, so this will be fun. Let's start it off, man. Let's hear what your first prediction is.
From DC, I got Superman, Henry Cavill. This man will appear on the stage. They'll say, listen, it's been a while. Welcome back to the red, blue, and the yellow. Superman is going to be in something. I can't tell you what. I don't know what they're thinking. But with Warner Brothers under new management, they're probably looking at their films going, wait, don't we own the film rights to Superman? How are we not doing something? Let's, announce this
Absolutely,
stuff at Comic
absolutely.
Con. So now it's not going to come right now. We're not going to get a movie filmed like starting next month. They're just going to announce something, and it's still probably 2 years away from actualizing.
That's a good prediction. I will piggyback off your prediction. I don't have a Superman movie. I think he's gonna be in the Black Adam presentation. I think he's gonna show up in Black Adam, and I'll tell you why I think he's gonna show up in Black Adam, because I think this was like last month or a couple weeks ago. A man on Twitter by the name of @the_Geek_of_Steel tweeted out this: Heroes, I can't wait for this movie. I don't care if there are no cameos in it, but if there are, and he's got this picture of the Superman symbol with the Black Adam symbol.
Yeah.
And The Rock actually retweeted this, and he said, from back in the day when I was wrestling in flea markets for $40 a match, all the way to now, I've learned to always listen to the audience because they will always lead you to where you need to go. I hear you, and I always got you.
Okay, then that's not.
That
nothing.
feels like a
Come on
huge
now.
wink and a nod, doesn't it, from The Rock?
Yeah, but then don't forget what happened at the end of the Shazam movie. We got to see a Superman from the neck
That's
down.
right. We
Maybe
did. I
that
totally
same
forgot about
guy,
that.
that same little cameo was gonna happen. A Superman from the neck down will be here.
All right, I'll go further and say I predict Henry Cavill, he'll be seen. He'll be like the last shot of the trailer they're going to drop.
That'd be nice.
And that'll be the big pop, because this movie comes out in October.
It does.
And I haven't heard much pause about it.
How many scenes could he have filmed, Henry Cavill? If he's in the movie, it'll be a little thing at the end.
Or even like in the middle, where because Black Adam's an anti-hero, right? Like he's not exactly a good guy.
He's not a heroic guy. They can still make him the protagonist of the movie, though.
Absolutely, but I could see it being a thing. Like in Ant-Man
Mhm.
when he has that little kerfuffle with Falcon
Yeah, something like that.
coming across Superman. I mean, they could shoot that in like a day, a
Yeah,
week, maybe. Henry Cavill, all secretive. I think they could do it.
I agree.
Absolutely. All right. So what else do you got for the DC production predictions?
Second one, Patty Jenkins, director extraordinaire. She's busy, isn't she? Like there was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of sound coming out of Rogue Squadron and her Star Wars thing, how that was delayed because she has prior commitments. But one of those prior commitments has got to be the Wonder Woman third sequel. Like Wonder Woman 3 will be announced over here at Comic Con. Is that a good
Absolutely.
prediction? That's a safe prediction, right? It's
That's
about
the same.
time.
I have the same prediction. Yeah,
Hmm.
Wonder Woman 3 will be announced and Penny Jenkins because that's like one of their biggest franchises. They're not just going to stop that.
And as far
Did
as
you
like
like the second one?
female franchise, I didn't hate it as much as maybe more people did. I recognize it as the worst of the two, but
Mm-hmm.
it was like cool. Like it's definitely not like I wasted my money if I spent money on that stuff. So
Right.
I
I
don't
did
have
rent it, so
you did, eh?
it did
But they
feel a little
also
bit
they
like a
put it
waste of
out on
money.
HBO Max on Christmas too. So what were they really trying to do? Like
Yeah.
that wasn't no movie theatrical release.
I didn't have HBO Max in Canada at the time, so it was only on video on demand. I spent like $30 on it.
Hmm.
Like it wasn't like a $5.99 rental. Like it was like $30. So
No, do you have Crave?
I now have Crave. Yep. And they added the HBO Max addition to it. I think when the Justice League came out, Zack Snyder's Justice League, I think is when it came out.
Oh, that's when they did that thing.
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
never tried. I was just like, oh, HBO Max doesn't exist in Canada. Oh well. And then I
Yeah.
just sort of went to the internet for everything I needed.
Hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. All right. So you got Wonder Woman 3. I also have Wonder Woman 3. I will also say, I think that we're going to get Batgirl. I think we're going to get images of Batgirl. Actually, you know what? I'm going to combine these two because I do think they're going to bring something from The Flash. Not Ezra Miller, but they're going to bring something. And I
If
think
they
that's
do that, they'd
something.
be the bravest.
We got him all the way from Hawaii. Get out here. No, I think they're going to bring Michael Keaton. And I think they're going to bring Michael Keaton. I think he's going to promote himself as Batman in The Flash because they still want to promote this movie. And we haven't seen any footage, I don't believe, like any actual Michael Keaton footage of him as Batman in The Flash. I think they're going to combine that by showing us footage from him as the Batman in The Flash. And he's also going to be there for Batgirl. And they're going to announce at San Diego Comic-Con on Saturday, Batgirl's going theatrical. Because right now it's slated to be an HBO Max original movie. I think they're
Okay.
going to put it in theaters.
Yeah, they probably should. This whole HBO Max thing and having movies debut there is kind of dumb. It
Mm-hmm.
can be your like resting place or your final destination for all of your films, and that's good enough. You know what I mean? The week that it's no longer in theaters, and look, debuting on HBO Max or for Marvel movies, debuting on Disney Plus. I don't care if it's a 45-day window, if it's a 90 days later. That first day it's on Disney Plus on HBO Max, it's a big deal, and they're
Yeah.
just really shooting themselves in the foot whenever they skip a theatrical release or quicken the theatrical window. I prefer things to go on streaming for the end. Don't try to make it for streaming.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the thing is too with the Flash, with Michael Keaton coming back as Batman in the Flash, you're going to build that momentum into Batgirl, and then you're going to make all the money. Like, what do you get by putting it on HBO Max? I think they're going to announce it is going theatrical.
Yeah, make all the money.
Absolutely.
My
All right.
number
What do you got next?
3 would be the animated static film that we've been talking and hearing about every single fandom. They announce it and they say it's coming. I think Michael B. Jordan said it first. They had the other Milestone Comics executives over there talking about the static movie. It's maybe not going to be live action like they initially promised, but after the success of Beware My Power from the Green Lantern animated film, I think this is where we go to static next. and we introduce him to a new young generation.
Oh wow, yeah, it'd be introducing him to me because I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything
You
about
didn't
this.
have Kids WB when you were coming up? We had the Buffalo feed, and they had static on all the
Yeah, I
time.
remember Teletoon, but not Kids WB.
Mm.
Yeah,
I got lucky. I lucked out.
yeah, no
Thank
kidding.
you to the Buffalo freaking what do you call those? There's a word for it. It's a TV word. Like the branch in Buffalo. Thank you guys.
The channel
Yeah,
is
the
a channel.
channel.
Yeah.
It is.
All right, so you got Static. Um, I got okay. I think we're gonna get Penguin, the HBO Max show with is it Carl Farrell? I think it
Colin
is from the
Farrell.
Batman.
He
Yeah,
gets his own show.
have you heard about this? No, you haven't heard about this? Oh
No.
yeah, dude. They're giving him his own show. It's gonna be like a mobster type underground in Gotham show. It's on HBO Max. It's already been announced, confirmed. He's coming back for it. All the prosthetics are going back on, and they've already shot some stuff. I believe they've already shot some stuff.
And so we should definitely get footage of that.
I think they're gonna show some Penguin stuff.
Ooh, I want to see how that looks. I don't like that they're making this actor put on all of that prosthetic, all of that hard work for a little TV show. He better be getting paid.
Dude, he's getting paid. You know he's getting paid. Yeah, no, I think they're gonna give images. I don't know if they're gonna give like video footage, but I think we're gonna get something.
What's Matt Reeves' involvement?
I don't know if he is involved in it actually. I
Oh,
don't
so then
remember.
so that's the thing with DC, man. If you would have told me Matt Reeves is involved and the events here will lead into the sequel of the Batman film, then this is like a substantial TV show you should be watching. That
Mhm.
changes things. It's not the case.
He might be involved. I just don't know. I haven't looked into it enough,
I'm
but I
hoping
do
for
know
like a
that it's
James
coming.
Gunn, like what James Gunn did with Peacemaker after Suicide Squad, kind of the
Mhm.
same vision. I'd prefer that.
Yeah, I agree. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. It's he was a fun character in the Batman, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with him on HBO Max.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to announce, Bizarro. Yes, the odd Superman guy. That guy is going to be actualized. They will cast him. He will appear, and his name will be mentioned. He will be in a film to come, because after this Warner Brothers David Zaslav like new takeover, this guy's thinking about Superman on his mind. He's thinking so much Superman, he wants the anti-Superman also. A Bizarro casting will be announced, and people are going to love it because this is the only crowd in the world who are going to hear Bizarros and cheer for it.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh
strength of
man.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool. Well, I mean, they got an hour. They got an hour, so they can put in a lot of stuff. Going back to what you said about James Gunn and Peacemaker, I think they're going to announce officially what James Gunn's project is that he's working on, because he was doing another spin-off of Suicide Squad. I think it was doing another Suicide Squad character, or maybe it's just another DC project in general. But they
Mhm.
haven't announced what it is. And I have two like out there thoughts of what it could be. I think one possibility is that it's a Rick Flag prequel kind of movie show thing
All right.
where it could be like the dirtiness of the war and stuff like that he does, or the work that he does, because I think that would play right into James Gunn's like violence and kind of like what he did with Suicide Squad. I think the other possibility, because he ended up being kind of a fan favorite, is a Polka Dot Man prequel type thing
Yeah.
of his story that we got a little bit of in the Suicide Squad.
Now his superpowers, Polka Dot Man, they're not really too much of a CGI really fest. I'm not gonna have like high standards. It's not like you're animated a bunch of rats. That would be kind
Mm-hmm.
of expensive. So
Yeah, that
Polka
would
Dot
be
Man fits under like this new wave of what CGI can be done on TV. Polka Dot Man is the one.
absolutely. If they can do the Flash on TV, they can do Polka Dot Man. Hopefully, it looks better, but
Number 5 from DC Comics. I got there will be a Flash footage. There will be or it says no Flash footage. My mistake. There will
oh,
be no
okay. I was like,
there
I'm on the
there
same
will
page, but
there will be no Flash footage. There will be no mentions of Flash, of Ezra, of
Mm.
anything. In my little prediction here, I was just thinking I wanted to be bold on my final one that nobody here is going to bring it up. You can ask questions and they can say in theaters next year in July, but they will not actually make you think about the Flash. This is
I don't.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, those are all very good points. I'm on the opposite side of that. I do think they're going to bring the Flash. I think they're going to show something. I think they're going to tease I think it's mostly going to be centered on Michael Keaton's Batman. I don't know why you have that and you hold on to, like, if you want to make a pop. Not to mention that you're kind of going up against Marvel on the same day.
Mhm.
Michael Keaton's like your ace. And I think they're gonna link him more so to the Flash. I do think they're gonna avoid a lot of the Ezra Miller stuff, but I think Michael Keaton's gonna make an appearance there.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
And that was all 5 of yours, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So the question goes to you guys. What do you think we're gonna see from DC at Comic-Con this year? Comment down below and let me know all your thoughts and opinions. We want to hear all of them, and let's see what you guys are saying. So we're just gonna go in the chat real quick and see what people are saying, and then we'll move on to Marvel. All right, where did we leave off? Schofield Studios. I heard Henry Cavill is going to be talking about Superman at Comic-Con. There was a rumor. It was never officially confirmed, but I did hear the rumor that Henry Cavill is apparently scheduled to be at Comic-Con. But like, it's one of those, like, our sources say, like, no one's actually come out and said. Henry Cavill hasn't tweeted himself, "I'm coming to Comic-Con."
That's the way surprises work. He will just be there or he won't.
Absolutely. Schofield Studios. I would honestly like Henry Cavill to be in a Superman TV show. I disagree with that. Like, every episode he goes against another villain. It may be confusing though with other Superman show. Yeah, Superman and Lois. I keep him on the big screen. I think that's where he belongs, and that's where he needs to return.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like the biggest Superman fan or Henry Cavill fan, but they need Superman back on the big screen. Movie reviews. Wow, nice name, man. Wonder Woman 3 is already confirmed, and Chris Pine will be Steve Trevor also. Is it already confirmed?
I think he's joking with the last one.
I
Chris
hope
Pine will
so.
also be Steve Trevor. That sounds like a joke because I feel like the hindrance of that second film was having to include this guy from prior. Like you just needed
Dude,
to, I guess, do him a solid and cast him again.
absolutely. He felt, I use this word quite, or these words quite often whenever I feel in a movie, contractually obligated to be there.
Yeah.
He had a contract for like so many movies. They were like, "Oh, well, we got to bring him back in some way." And the way they brought him back was so weird. Luke Ponto. I'm interested to see what they do with Wonder Woman 3. I honestly hope they don't just let Patty Jenkins solo write it. Because she was the solo writer, full credit on Wonder Woman 2, I believe.
hmm Now, isn't she capable of learning from some of her mishaps and create a better story? I'd like to think of someone, if they loved me and hired me, would think that I would be able to make a better outing on my second try. So,
That's a good point, actually. That's a good
right?
point, because sometimes we are kind of harsh on these writers and directors after one outing. She could have learned from her mistakes that, maybe some people didn't think were mistakes, but it wasn't as highly approved or praised as the first film. So yeah, I see what you're saying there. I think she could learn. I think she is a very talented director and writer. It's just the Wonder Woman 2 just didn't work out as well. But hopefully she does better with Wonder Woman 3. Schofield Studios. Maybe Wonder Woman 3 will be about World War 3 happening.
Oh, God.
Oh gosh. Wonder Woman 1 took place in World War 1. Wonder Woman 2 almost created World War 3. And now Wonder Woman 3 has the initials WW3.
Oh,
Oh
they're never
wow.
gonna. It'll always have the initials WW number. You can't avoid that.
No kidding. That's an interest. I feel like that's almost too close to home with everything happening in the world to put in World War 3. But could be a commentary on our state of the world. But I don't know. We'll see. Luke Ponto. Colin Farrell is getting paid when he has to put back on all the prosthetics. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, he is. Schofield Studios. I bet Colin Farrell will be an A-list actor by at most 2024. Is he? Would you say he's already an A-list actor, or do you think he's still on his way?
If we're talking talent, he's up there. Yes, A-list. But name value, like didn't you almost not say Colin when you were talking about him earlier?
Good point.
Right? You
That's
don't
a
do
good.
that for Brad Pitt.
I think I called him Carl. I think I said Carl Farrell. Oh well, that's what happens when you do it live. Lisbeth, sup, Zach? Sorry, I am late. Oh, it's totally fine, Lisbeth. Lisbeth is another
I
strong
recognize
channel
Elizabeth
supporter.
Schofield Studios because I'm on your channel too. Like always
Oh
checking
yeah,
you out.
absolutely, man. Do guys, what can happen? You might come from the chat one day onto the screen. But yeah, no worries being late, Lisbeth. And like I said, guys, don't say I'm late or sorry. Say I'm here. You're welcome, because you're not obligated to be here, and I'm so thankful that you guys are. Schofield Studios, they could use CGI to replace Ezra Miller's face with another actor. Disney would do it anyways. That's so expensive, and that's so much more work. Like, do you remember how wonky the mustache looked? Trying to remove that from Superman.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that with the whole face. Like, it's not as easy as everyone thinks it is. Henry K, why aren't you guys there? Well, I live in Canada, for one. I don't know about you. Did you say you lived in Canada?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, we're in
I'm
Canada.
I'm not about to go to a convention to hear people say names and watch people. Hi guys, I'm an actor. All right, bye now. So it's my 10 minutes are done now. I'm contractually obligated to do this, and that's all. I'm not paying money for that. No.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I work. I have a wife. I have responsibilities, and I live in
Yeah.
Canada. I think those are the big reasons, and
Mhm.
it's expensive.
Mhm.
Comic-Con is not cheap. Oh wow. Louis Berry super chatted $2 and said hopes the Air Cut and Cavill soups are back and Peacemaker too. Well, first of all, thank you so much for super chatting $2. Like, you did not need to do that at all, and I really appreciate that. That's really cool. Thank you so much. I'm humbled by that. I don't think there's any way the Air Cut comes out ever.
Ever, even after the Snyder Cut happened and what it did for HBO Max, they don't go, why not?
I don't know. I mean, this I feel like the Snyder Cut was a much bigger want. Like how like for like 3 years we heard about the Snyder Cut on Twitter, on social media, everywhere. The Air Cut has been around here and there, but it's not as loud, I think,
Yeah.
as the Snyder Cut was. I
Maybe
also
not so
think with
many
James,
bots.
sorry,
Not so many bots.
not so many bots. Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what's going on with Elon Musk and with Twitter and how he's asking how many bot accounts exist on Twitter, and they're like, it's 5%, like we said years ago. Yeah, but what about now? You guys never updated that number. Like that whole beef that they're trying to figure out, or Elon is trying to expose how many bot accounts there actually are for Twitter, and they're
Oh my
being a little
goodness.
bit tight-lipped, and they're going to go to court now. And it'd be nice to know like how much of this sort of what do you call like the hive sort of echo chambers are created by bots, which boost certain posts to certain people and have them thinking certain things. And then there's other communities who have this other version of the same news story, and how bots are influencing that. I'd love to know and get to the bottom
Yeah.
of that.
Did you see? It's very recent, and this is kind of a tangent, so I'll be really quick. Did you see this Rolling Stone article that talked about the Snyder Cut and the toxicity of fandoms behind it and stuff like that? And
Mhm.
a lot of them were fake accounts
Yeah.
and like bots and stuff. Like, it's crazy. But as far as Peacemaker season 2 goes, I actually think that's a strong possibility as well. Getting some announcement about that.
Cavill Superman is back. I like that one too.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, the Air Cut, especially with James Gunn's The Suicide Squad now, I don't think there's much of a demand for it anymore from like the majority. But
You're
thank
right.
you again, Louis Berry, for super chatting that in. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Louis Berry goes on to say, "I hope Snyder directs Wonder Woman 3." I don't think there's any hope of Snyder directing anything DC again. Just I think the bridges are burned.
They just asked Jim Lee. There's a clip of him. He's just like doing a little drawing, and someone asks a question. He says, I'm in development for all of the DC films, and there's nothing with Zack Snyder.
Yeah. No, I don't expect. And he's got a pretty sweet gig over at Netflix right now. He's doing that new Rebel Moon
Okay,
that
good.
original film he's doing.
I like that he's getting work.
Yeah, absolutely. Talented guy.
If you're a fan, go support that.
Elizabeth, I think that if somehow Henry Cavill showed up at Comic-Con, it would be better than Marvel. I think if they did bring Henry Cavill, like Marvel would have a steep hill to climb to top that. That would be a
They will
big pop.
climb that hill.
You think so?
Marvel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there soon. We just have to just a few more questions. Schofield, whoever wrote Wonder Woman 2 needs to be replaced. It was Patty Jenkins, I believe. Or at the very least, do not have Steve take over a body and have sex with Wonder Woman in that body. Yeah, I didn't like that. It was weird.
I didn't think about it at the time, but yeah, someone alluded that, brought that to my attention. So yeah, doesn't shouldn't do that. No.
Yeah, it felt wrong. Elizabeth, my most anticipated movie from DC is Shazam! Fury of the... Oh, well, yeah, that's gonna be there because they put it in the title. But what do you think we're gonna get from Shazam, real quick? I think a full trailer.
Nah, too early for a full trailer with the way that they delay things all the time too. No, hold off on your Shazam trailer because
That's
you
right.
never
They
know
moved
what'll
it
be
back
delayed.
a year.
Mhm.
I forgot about that. No, wait. Well, no. They moved it up. Isn't it coming out in December?
I don't know if that's coming out in December, but let's have Black Adam be the focus. Black Adam is an October movie, and we're in July. We're in Black Adam season right now.
It's a good point. Elizabeth, I really love the first one, and I'm excited to see what they do with the sequel. Oh yeah, Shazam. Yeah, me too. Bawu Ames. Sorry if I got that wrong. Did you already see Ryan Reynolds post on Instagram and Twitter? Does that mean we gonna get Deadpool 3 movie? How do you think? All I saw was we'll talk about that also when we get to the Marvel predictions more. But what I
Mhm.
saw was Deadpool 1 and 2 and Logan were announced to go to Disney Plus tomorrow. But spoiler alert, Canada already has those on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
Do Disney Plus Star. So it wasn't a big deal to me. But I saw people like being like, "Oh, they're putting the Deadpool movies on Disney Plus in the United States right before Comic-Con." But we've had that in Canada for the past year. So wasn't a big deal to me. Elizabeth, do you guys think that they will show some updates on the Batman 2? What do you think?
No,
No, not at all.
not at all.
I guess it is probably something you say for like next Comic Con because they're not very far into it at all. That's a good point. Elizabeth, I'm not really excited about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I just wasn't a fan of the first one, but who knows? Oh, that's something I forgot to mention. I think we're getting an Aquaman trailer.
When is the Aquaman movie supposed to release?
That got moved a year.
So we'd get the trailer for something that's still a year out.
I think they could still do it though.
Okay.
Or like a teaser or something, or a tease. But the biggest thing about that, actually, now that I think about it, is everything that's going on with Amber Heard.
That's another situation they'll probably keep a little bit of tight-lipped about it. Yeah.
So they might actually, because they don't have to, so they might not actually release that right now. I heard at CinemaCon, apparently the trailer did play for the people at CinemaCon, and apparently, and this was before the trial really got heated up, it was very Amber Heard central.
Mm.
Like she was at the forefront of the trailer. So I'll be curious to see if that trailer has changed at all, or if they keep it the same.
You know it's changing.
Oh, it's gotta.
Walter Hamada himself was at the trial.
Dude, that was the best part of the trial for me.
We got some answers, and she also said something about how her contract started. It was $500,000, and the second time it's a $1 million appearance, and then I'll get paid $2 million, and that was it. So this is her final appearance under contract.
Oh, it's gotta be. Louis Barry, I want the Schumacher cut. Oh man, rest in peace. Yeah, Schumacher gets. I feel bad for the guy because he's remembered for Batman and Robin, but I think he did Batman Forever as well. Yeah, but he has other great movies out, like The Phone Booth. Have you ever seen The Phone Booth?
No.
By Schumacher. That's a good movie. It's a well done movie, and it's unfortunate that he's remembered for a bad superhero movie. But yeah, R.I.P. Elizabeth, I think that we'll get a full trailer because it comes out December 20th. Yeah, that's Shazam. They moved it up to December. Same as Avatar. All right. Moving on really quickly. Love and Thunder, silly and humorous, Fear of the God, serious and dark. Seems like the right contrast between DC and Marvel. Well, we don't know how serious and dark Fury of the Gods is actually going to be. And Shazam's pretty lighthearted. Schofield theory. The end of the Batman has the whole city flooded with water, and it was the fall. This may set up Mr. Freeze as the villain for the second film, as the water may turn into ice for winter. That's a cool theory. I would love them to do like a serial killer like Mr. Freeze. I think that'd be fun. All right, guys. I know we have 2 more questions here, but we are half an hour in, and I've only got Chillmonger here for another half an hour. So we're gonna move on real quick. We're gonna go on over to our Marvel Comic-Con predictions. I'm gonna get that comment off the screen real quick. There we go. All right, we're moving on to our Marvel Comic-Con predictions. Oh yeah, man. All right, you are the guest of honor, so please go ahead. What do you think Marvel is going to give us in their mega panel?
It has
Let's
to do
see.
with Sony. The relationship between Sony and Marvel is only to do the Spider-Man films. But what if, maybe possibly, Marvel collaborates them further? They actually do a project with Sony that is not just a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, but someone in that like universe or that franchise of Spider-Man will also be used in their movies. I think that's coming. I don't know about Craven because the actor who played Craven also played Quicksilver. Probably wouldn't be a smart idea to use him, but there is a Spider-Man character adjacent, not Morbius, but somebody there that Sony's going to be like, all right, fine. We'll do another movie with you guys where we kind of split the revenue and everyone wins.
Wow. Okay, so you think they're going to announce a Spider-Man adjacent MCU film?
Yes, something related to Spider-Man that Marvel didn't have the rights to, but now they'll work with Sony to make a movie again.
All right. If you could think off the top of your head, what do you think that would be?
It'd
Or
probably be
could
one
be?
of the characters like Silk, Cindy
Okay.
Moon, something like that.
All right. That's wow, that's out there.
Mhm.
That's out there, but I like it. I'm going to go a little bit safer for my first prediction. Um Anthony Mackie's going to come out. We're going to get some information on Captain America 4. I mean, they haven't shot anything. I don't even think the things would be written yet, but I think they're going to. You know what? Actually, this is
Mhm.
just something that just came to me, but I'm just gonna put it out there anyways. Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie are gonna come out on stage, and we're gonna find out that Chris Evans is coming back to Captain America 4 because Old Man Steve is not dead. So Captain America 4 is gonna have Old Man Steve played once again by Chris Evans mentoring Sam Wilson as the new Captain America 4.
Yeah, he'd probably lend his celebrity to help out the little guy. I'm not a fan of Sam Wilson becoming Captain America. I prefer him as
No.
Falcon, and they should have made a Falcon movie rather than giving a black guy the name and the identity of what a white guy used to be and telling your audience now he's movie worthy. You could have
Mm,
just kept it all Falcon. But yeah,
okay.
to lend your celebrity and help with a good cause, quote unquote, if they believe this is a good thing, that's something that Chris Evans would do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, that's interesting. I thought it was kind of cool at the end of Endgame when he passed it on to Sam, but I can see where you're coming from too.
Well,
Like,
passing on the shield is one thing. Here, my friend, I can no longer fight. I'm really old. Fight with this. That's one. But to change your whole branding to Captain America, that's when you go too far for me.
okay, that's fair.
My
But
second is a Black Panther trailer will come. That teaser, bro. When
absolutely.
teaser trailers come out, it's always like 6 months out from the actual movie. The only time that's changed was for Thor, where they kept that thing really tight. I think only 3 months out is when we got the teaser, but that was
Yep.
rare. Okay. Now, Black Panther 2 is the next upcoming movie. It's San Diego Comic Con. They do not want to disappoint. If they're going to show you a movie trailer, the only one that they can do that makes sense to me is this Black Panther movie trailer. And I want to know what they do with T'Challa because I read some script leaks that I was not fond of. You can check out my channel, Chillmonger, to see those script leaks, which I'm not fond of.
Mm,
And
I probably won't want to be surprised in the movie, but yeah, dude, I'm totally with you on that. I think they're gonna do a Black Panther trailer because it comes out in November. Like, I can't believe it comes out in November. That blows my mind. But I'm so curious about this Black Panther movie because I'm on the same uh, wave as you. I don't like that they've gotten rid of the T'Challa character. If that's how they wanted to pay their respect to Chadwick Boseman and stuff, I mean, do what you feel. But now they've put themselves in this weird predicament where they have a sequel to a really popular movie of a really popular character that they don't have the character for. So it's like a sequel, but they're going to have to do some kind of origin story for someone else and introduce us to a new like how a Black Panther movie without Black Panther. What does that look like?
right? You didn't have to do this movie, guys. If you were not going to recast, then you could have just done something else. You could have done a
Yeah.
Shuri TV series, maybe get her ready, and then 2 years from now, a Black Panther movie. You probably could have built it that way, but no. We'll see what story plot needed to occur here for their new
Mhm.
Avengers thing because everything's connected. We'll see why this had to be done.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really get it, but it is what it is. And yeah, I totally agree with you though. We're gonna get that Black Panther full trailer. But my next thing, I'll do this. I'll throw one out there. I think we're gonna get a Young Avengers announcement, but as a Disney Plus series.
Yeah.
I think they're
Yeah.
going to do Young Avengers as Disney Plus series. I think because if you look at the majority of the ones that they've introduced, Kate Bishop, Wanda's kids, um, Yelena a little bit, but I don't think she's a Young Avenger. But people put her in that group, but I find that weird. I don't think she's that young. Most of them have been introduced on Disney Plus. I think like no spoilers for Love and Thunder, but one of them have been introduced in the movies. The
Yeah.
rest have been on Disney Plus. I think that's where Young Avengers is going to live. I think they're going to do a series on Young Avengers, and it's going to be a Disney Plus announced series.
They've actually got a couple in Love and Thunder now, and I can't think of which one you were talking about.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, but
Potential Young Avengers. I'm not a fan of the brand Young Avengers because, unlike in comics, people age in real life. So they'll be young for one movie,
that's
then
so
what are they?
true.
So, and it's Disney Plus material. I don't like that the word Avengers, which holds like a lot of weight, it's like a $2 billion word. You put that in a movie title, and that's
Mhm.
what you're getting. So to sully it with the Young brand, not for me. I don't. I hope your prediction doesn't happen, Zach.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm just saying this is what I think. Looking at the breadcrumbs,
Mhm.
I'm trying to follow the trail and see if I can get there. All right, what do you got next?
Sort of similar. Iman Vellani will appear at Comic Con. Okay,
Mhm.
They'll say what she's doing next. It could be the Young Avengers, so it's kind of the same prediction as yours in a bit. It could be like an Academy X. Maybe they'll show her now going to school at Xavier's, and that could be the new plot of her new appearance. It could be Ms. Marvel season number 2. Disney Plus filming starts on September. It could be something like that.
That's exciting.
She'll
That's
show up
another one I
though.
forgot to mention was
She's
Miss.
getting that big cheer because the way that she's just been giving us interviews and great
She's so good.
insight. Did you see when she was like naming off Marvel movies and she was like, okay, well, Iron Man and I got Iron Man 2, and then she was doing it
Yeah,
like in order of franchises. She knows everything.
complete fangirl. She's awesome. I she blew me away in the series. Loved her. She was great. I do think you're right. She's gonna show up. I think it's gonna be for the Marvels. I think they're gonna give us because I think the Marvels has been shooting. I think it's been shooting if I remember correctly.
It's filmed.
Um, it's done.
Yeah, it's done. It's been filmed. They actually moved the release date back, so it's kind of like the oldest movie that they have so far.
Oh well, if it's done, okay, then yeah, I think for sure we're gonna get a Marvel sizzle at least. Like Brie Larson, Amon Villani is gonna come out. And the actress of Monica Rambeau. I can't remember her name. Do you remember her name?
Teyana Paris.
Yeah. She's gonna come out. They're all three of them, and we're gonna get the Marvels sizzle teaser type thing. But I don't think it's gonna be put online, unfortunately.
Yeah. But the same thing that happened with the Mandalorian trailer from Celebrations.
Oh, it's gonna get leaked, and we're all just gonna watch it anyways.
Yeah.
That Mandalorian trailer was awesome. All right, what you got next?
Number 4 is Ironheart footage. Easy. Ironheart is going to
Oh.
appear in the Black Panther movie. That's said and done. But they're filming Ironheart right now. A lot of times, going back to Star Wars, they had Ahsoka footage, even though Ahsoka was being shot in California the same week of the Star Wars celebration. And they're like, listen,
Mm.
we just got some scenes together and here we're going to present it. And it was just like Hera and a bunch of the characters we know from Rebels appearing, walking, and a whole bunch of scenery shots. And they made you feel good. I think they could do the same thing with Riri Williams, especially because she's going to pop up in Wakanda Forever. You want to make the crowd familiar with who she is. And remember, she's not Iron Man 2.0. She's her own person.
Right. That's a good. I didn't even. I totally. Ironheart slipped through my mind. I totally didn't. You're probably right. We might get something from Ironheart. When does that come out? that next year?
They don't have a release date, but
No.
if it's filming now, then I would expect by 2023 in July it'll be out.
Okay. Okay, that's a good one. Um, my next one, I'm gonna say Fantastic Four.
Oh, that's a easy one. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Fantastic Four. Come on
but
now.
I think director and cast are coming out on stage.
Krasinski?
No,
Ooh,
I
well then
don't
there's no
think.
Blunt.
I don't think Krasinski is gonna be a part of it. I just don't. But it's possible. And if he did come out as Reed Richards or even the director or both, it would be a big pop. But I'm thinking actually Taron Egerton. Oh no, sorry, that's wrong. I'm getting my Fantastic Four and X-Men mixed up. X-Men is one that I was going to say next. I think we're going to get X-Men news, and I think Taron Egerton will be Wolverine.
Yeah.
I totally got that mixed up. No, I don't know any predictions for the Fantastic Four cast, but I think if they even just announced the director and the cast of Fantastic Four, it would be a huge pop, no matter who they were. And I think that's how they're going to end their mega panel.
All right. That would be a closer, definitely the Fantastic Four. Especially because that movie's coming out pretty soon. It's already in development. They've already know what they're gonna do. So yes, Fantastic Four is something you could close on. And my number 5, it's prediction. It's a wild one. Fans are gonna be chanting at Hall H, recast T'Challa, and that's gonna be something that Feige's gonna be like, oh, wasn't expecting this. Definitely not gonna do these Comic Cons anymore. It's gonna ruin Comic Con because the variable, which is these fans and what they want and the things that they could say, if they mobilize and they make a chant like that, he'll feel really bad about that poor decision they made in minutes. They say they made this decision in minutes not to recast T'Challa.
Minutes, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Listen
that
to
seems like
Nate Moore. Yeah.
reactionary, kind of
Oh
like
well, yeah.
in their
It's an
feelings. Yeah,
emotional reaction. You're right.
yeah.
Nate Moore, the executive producer, did an interview on the Ringerverse when he was talking to Van Lathan and another dude. But that's the interview you should be checking out to see him bring up T'Challa and why they won't recast and how they believe that Chadwick Boseman and T'Challa, the Black Panther, are one and the same, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't bring themselves to it. It was emotional.
Mm. Yeah, I totally feel for that. I don't agree. Like I think they could have recast it, and I know you're on the same page, but I can see where they're coming from in their emotions. But that's a really sad way to end Comic Con. Oh my goodness. Um. Oh yes, another one I had. Agatha Harkness information.
Yeah. We found about that like in December when they were doing that Disney Plus kind of this year in Disney Plus. We got Agatha Harkness, House of Darkness. What's it called?
It rhymes, so I think it's right.
It's something like that. Yeah, let's get some answers on that. Is Scarlet Witch gonna have an appearance on it? Will it build her?
Mm-hmm. I don't even know. Like, do we know when it's set? It's obviously got to be, or not obviously, but is it a prequel or is it going to continue after WandaVision? I think that's the kind of information we're going to get.
It
And
could be a
Catherine
bit of
Hahn will be
both.
there.
Like Boba Fett had both flashbacks and flash
Mm,
forwards.
could be. That's not out there. That's for sure. Do you have any more?
That was my 5.
That was your 5. Okay, I got one more. I'll just put out there. Um, Secret Invasion. We'll get a teaser.
Okay. Yeah, that's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's coming soon. And Nick Fury. I think Samuel Jackson will come out on stage, and we'll have a full on teaser for that.
That's a safe one.
Yeah.
That'd
Do you
be
have any
nice.
other?
This is the place to do it.
Do you have any off the top of your head wild ones that you want to throw out there?
No, I cannot think of a off the top of my head wild one. No.
All right, perfect. Well, guys, questions for you. What do you think Marvel's going to do at their mega panel for San Diego Comic-Con? Comment down below. Let us know. We want to know all your thoughts and opinions on this, and let's take a look at what you're saying. All right. We'll finish off as much questions as you can. I know you've only got 15 minutes left, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your time, man. This has been great. So let's just get through some of these questions as much as we can, and then I'll let you go to work. Okay, let's see. Where did we leave off? Oh, here we go. Lisbeth, according to Variety, Amber Heard will get 10 minutes of screen time.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I heard it went down after the trial. Bawu Ames. How do you think if they announced Thunderbolt movies, Secret Wars, Werewolf by Night is one that totally slipped my mind.
Yeah. These are
Uh,
great predictions. I'd like to see these things.
yeah, Eternals 2, Captain America 4, that could be a surprise. Thunderbolts movie is one that they could throw out there. Bring what's the girl from Seinfeld? Julia
Van
something.
Valentina Allegra Esteban Julio Ricardo Ramirez De Fontaine. What was her name?
I can't remember, but Wyatt Russell
Huh?
as discount Captain America. What I can't remember. Agent USA, is that what his name is? USA
Yeah,
Agent or something like
John
that?
Walker.
Yeah, John Walker. Yes, I think he could come out for the Thunderbolts movie. I liked
He
him.
should get booed too. Come on now. I'm
I thought
booing
he
that.
was great. I liked him. He was like one of my favorite parts of Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but we hated him, right? So that was the
Oh, we loved to hate him.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Elizabeth, if they don't show a trailer for Wakanda Forever, I'm gonna flip. But they have to release a trailer at Comic Con.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
entitled. We're getting that trailer.
it had. I mean, the next time they could do it would be, I think D23 is in September, which
Yeah,
is when they
good to
like do
know.
their big
That's in
stuff.
the shadow of this Comic Con. And Disney doesn't own San Diego Comic Con. Disney owns their expo. It's going to be their 100th year anniversary of the D23 expo. No, I'm wrong. It'll be the 99th, 23. So like it's year 2022. So it'll be the 99th. It'll be like their own thing that they want to make their own version of a convention that makes the news. So why should they give Comic Con all of this? And the answer
Right.
to that is because the fan base is there. And maybe
Mhm.
that's why they'll do the movies. But when it comes to Disney Plus series and things, perhaps they will restrict how much information they give you at con and use it for themselves, because that is where at the Disney Plus is where at the D23 is where they gave you Ms. Marvel announced, Moon Knight announced, and
That's a good
She-Hulk
point.
announced back in 2019. So they do withhold. There is a precedence of them saying movie stuff will happen there, TV things will happen here.
That's a good point. That's a good observation. I also think that if they were to do it by D23, that's too late in September, and it comes out in November. I think it comes out this Comic Con. Schofield Studios. Considering that 50% of MCU fans are saying Phase 4 sucks, I don't know if it's 50%. I think it's a minority, to be honest. I think it's a loud minority on Twitter. But where do you stand on that? What do you
I
think of
don't
Phase
think
4?
the MCU sucks, but I can see issues with this phase. And I also recognize that filming has been horrible because of all of the delays, restrictions, and things have been moved. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'm satisfied still with what Marvel's doing. Thor Love and Thunder, it's at $516 million right now. It's a profitable movie.
Yeah, people would say, "Oh, they didn't make as much money," but like that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and they
Like
didn't have a
that's
Chinese
well,
release, so they're good.
yeah, that's great. He goes on to say, the MCU should have ended with Endgame in course of 2 months. It's probably not a good choice to be holding back on these announcements. I don't think it
But
should have ended after.
but Schofield, they hold back for these events. So we'll
Mhm.
see what they do at Comic Con, and then we'll know whether they're holding back.
All right, Lisbeth. Maybe they'll say some of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 or the holiday special, which I kind of forgot about till now.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
The holiday special?
Yeah, doesn't it make you think of the Star Wars holiday
It
specials?
totally does.
Nothing's gonna happen.
And knowing James Gunn, I think it would be amazing if he made it exactly like the Star Wars Holiday Special. If it was just these awful skits, the cast is hardly in it. It's just these weird side characters and guest stars, and it's awful. I think that would be the biggest troll.
Yeah,
Like it would be hilarious.
it'll be
But
Rocket Raccoon's name day.
we get we'll get Gamora singing a song at the end about Raccoon Day or something. Schofield Studios. Welcome back, Luke. Oh, Luke said I'm back. Okay, I didn't realize you left, but thanks for coming back, man. Oh my goodness, Louis Berry, $5 super chat, man,
Nice.
dude, thank you. Warner Brothers have almost a year and the money. Reshoot Aquaman 2 and Flash with Deborah Ann Wall as Mira and Timothy, Chalamet as Barry Allen and the Flash. The biggest problem with that though is, yeah, they have money, but that's a lot of money, and you got to think of how they're gonna earn it back because the Flash movie is already like a $200 million movie that they've spent money on. They're gonna put another 200, maybe more million into reshooting, getting the locations again, the sets redone. You got to book Michael Keaton again because his schedule has moved on probably, unless they had him scheduled for reshoots. And then you're looking at 400 million for the Flash, and I, that's a lot of money to make back just to get, you know, over that border of whatever it's called to get your money back, right? Like that's yeah, I don't know. And same with Aquaman. Like they're not cheap movies to make, and they've already put so much money into it.
And I don't know how much more offended people are about the Amber Heard stuff. I think the Flash news stories are way more of a concern if you're gonna do the re-shooting and stuff. Amber Heard and what she's doing or what happened in her personal life, it's not it didn't really affect anybody except for Johnny Depp. Like
Yeah,
and
it's
they
true.
never proved I mean the court case was in Johnny Depp's favor, but it
Mhm.
doesn't prove whether or not he actually hit her. It just proved that she's like a discreditable person. That's
Yeah,
all.
but it's interesting too because I feel like the Amber Heard thing was way more public. Like everybody was talking about it. I feel like aside from our like fandom group and our communities online, Ezra Miller, surprisingly, his situation isn't as well known.
You know
Like
what
I've
contributes? You have a live stream of the actual court case, and you can see.
oh
Look, 3 million humans are watching this. I
yeah.
can see. I can measure. But when it comes to the news that like where do we go for that? Do we go to a John Campea video and say, "Oh look, Ezra Miller news got 40,000 views"? Okay, this must
Mhm.
be a like how do you measure that? If he had um a video where he talks Amber Heard, and then there's a video he puts out talks Ezra Miller, and we're using John Campea as the metric. Like that'd be
Yeah, John
ridiculous.
Campea is the one you go to. No, like even like I remember like it was just last week I was talking with my dad and I was like, "Yeah, I don't know about this Flash with Ezra Miller and stuff." And he had no idea what I was talking about. Like he like nothing. And a
Oh
coworker as well. I talked about it and they had no idea. They're like, "What? He's not a big enough name."
no. The thing is that I believe it's true that these major publications, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, were not purposefully not covering Ezra Miller. They were
Mhm.
trying to avoid it, but because they need to be credible news sources, it got to a point where it's like, okay, I guess we got to talk. I guess we're gonna investigate, see what happened with that choke in 2020, see what happened. And finally, Variety did an article, and it was like a whole lot later than everyone. It was way past the Hawaii stuff and sort of
Mhm.
the things that kind of started this 2022 Ezra Miller news barrage.
Yeah. I think we just have to even it out and someone needs to live stream Ezra Miller around. Just follow him around and live stream. But Louis Berry, I mean, you super chatted $7 in total of the night, and thank you. Like, thank you so much for giving me $7 for just sitting here in my basement talking about Comic Con. Like, wow, that's amazing, dude. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I think there won't be any epic Marvel news for Comic Con. I think they are saving the juicy stuff for D23. Possibly. I mean but like this is the big return of Comic Con.
But it's 1 hour long. It was 2 hours the last time.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. I feel like you can still do a lot with an hour though.
yeah, you can.
Absolutely. Louis Berry. I think Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer at least. Yep, we agree. Elizabeth, what will they do with Kate from Hawkeye? Will she be in the Young Avengers? That would be my guess. If they were going to do Young Avengers, she would be part of it.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. And her and yeah, Louis Berry. Yes, her and Kamala are the main ones. It'd be so fun to see her and Kamala hanging out. I would love
As a
that.
comic book purist, she's supposed to be on on the team Champions, not on the team Young
Mm.
Avengers.
Yeah, but isn't Kamala supposed to be an Inhuman, not a mutant?
Yeah, there's a lot that she's supposed to be doing, but they're not doing with her.
Yeah.
Even her
uh,
superpowers, they got the superpowers wrong. Zach, how do you change the superpowers of a character? If you go, oh, I like this character, let's do it. And then you change the superpowers. Well, what did you like about the character? Why was Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel worth adapting to the big screen if you're going to change your superpowers? This is
I
crazy.
remember you talking about this in your review. I remember
Yeah, I
watching
bring it
that.
up every single review and every single time I talk about this character. You
What exactly
cannot
are her
change
powers
powers.
supposed to be? Before you leave, what
She's
exactly
a
are the powers
polymorph.
supposed to be?
She has the ability to change her form of her body. So the first time she ever did something super, she made her likeness into Carol Danvers because, superheroes look like that. And she eventually smartened up. She's also supposed to be able to heal, but only if she looks like herself. Like if she's looking like Carol Danvers and gets shot, too bad. You got to transform back and then you can finally heal because you're stronger when you're yourself. Good little message there for the kids. I think that the
Interesting.
ability to embiggen, the ability to shrink, and the ability to shapeshift, those three things.
Huh. Yeah, that's different. That makes me think of the post-credit scene a little bit differently now. I wonder if it was like a little
Yeah.
nod and a wink.
Mhm.
Schofield Studios.
Young
You've only got
Adventures.
about 4 minutes left. So do you want to plug anything before you leave for these
Well, you can
lovely people?
subscribe to Chillmonger. It's spelled the same way it's spelled down there in the little title there. On Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Zach time, I'll be streaming 33 Burning MCU. Hey, there we go. That's right. Look for that thumbnail. It's about a 2 hour and 20-minute stream every single week. I have a whole panel of other YouTubers that we kick it with, and I enjoy this stream right here, Zach. I'm gonna have you on as soon as you're able to have me on, so look out for that, guys.
All right, excellent. And thank you again, Chillmonger. Thank you so much for joining me. Maybe next time I'll learn your real name. One
First
day.
name Chill, last name Monger.
Once again, guys, go subscribe to Chillmonger. Great stuff on his channel. Great guy. Thank you again for being here, man. And
Thanks, Zach.
enjoy the rest of your night. All right, guys. You guys still have questions in here, so you know what? We're gonna finish them off. We're gonna keep going, and where did we leave off? There we go. Schofield Studios. I agree with Chillmonger. Oh yeah, sorry, man, I didn't get to read this with Chillmonger here, but I'm sure he'll catch it later. I agree with Chillmonger. Young Avengers doesn't sound like the best title for a film. Maybe as a Disney Plus show or animated movie, so they don't have to worry about the actors aging would be better. Young Adventures. Young Avengers is what we were saying, but Young Adventures, I like that too. Schofield Studios. It's been a while since I have heard of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, so I wouldn't be surprised if they drop some info on it or show some behind the scenes footage. Yeah, Guardians is a possibility. It'd be interesting though because DC and Marvel are both at Comic-Con. So if James Gunn was for both, he'd be running back and forth from DC and Marvel if they were doing James Gunn stuff. So that would be interesting. He'd be there in the morning and he'd come back later for Marvel. It's possible. I think it's possible. But Guardians 3 is also further out. So they might save that. Bawu Ames. I'm sorry again, man, if I'm getting that name wrong. That could be true because Miss Marvel's character very like Comic-Con. Sorry. That could be true because Ms. Marvel characters very love Comic-Con. I think she's going to announce 3 projects, which is that means Miss Marvel, 2 The Marvels, and Young Avengers. I need a drink. 1 sec. All right, so you're saying you think that Iman Vellani is going to come out and announce that she's in Miss Marvel 2. She's going to announce, Miss Marvel 2 season 2, obviously. So you're going to think she's going to announce Ms. Marvel season 2. Though she's going to be in the Marvels and a Young Avengers movie. I mean, they got her young. They got the actress young, so she definitely could be in all of these things. Possible. I think the more likely is that the Marvels, I think, is the most likely one. If they were going to do another one, I think they could announce a Ms. Marvel season 2. But yeah, I think the Marvels is definitely going to be there. Schofield Studios. If Krasinski was going to show up in Fantastic Four, they wouldn't be keeping quiet about it as much as they are right now. And it doesn't help the internet are making those dumbest man alive memes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the whole dumbest man alive thing I think was a little overblown. I mean, he wasn't that dumb. He was threatening Wanda. He didn't know Wanda could do that. So, and he's from another Earth. So maybe our 616 Reed Richards will be much smarter than 838 or wherever he's from. That's a good point though. They are being very quiet on Krasinski. They haven't really said much about it. They could be saving him in their back pocket. I personally don't think they are, but stranger things have happened, and I wouldn't be too surprised if he did come out, but I don't think he is. Schofield Studios. That Agatha All Along song instantly played in my head when you talked about the Agatha show. Now it'll be stuck in my head for hours. That's going to be the theme song. They're going to put that as the theme song for the Agatha show, and you're going to have to hear it weekly, every day at midnight, and you're going to sleep and you're going to dream about it. Schofield Studios. You think they may announce some details on Thor 5 or maybe talk about the new director choices? I don't think so. I think they don't even know what they're doing with Thor 5. I mean, the Taika Waititi interview that he did where he talked about at the end of Thor Love and Thunder, at the end of the title sequences, it says Thor will return. And Taika Waititi and Chris Hemsworth didn't even know that, apparently, according to Taika Waititi. I don't think they have Taika Waititi locked down for Thor 5. I don't think they have any plans for what they are going to do for Thor 5. Love and Thunder is still playing in theaters. I think they want to keep all the focus on that. I don't think we're going to get any Thor 5 stuff. That would be shocking to me if they announced some Thor 5 stuff. Schofield Studios. I mean, like Phase 4, but I like Phase 4, but I've seen like 30 videos saying it's weak after Love and Thunder. Yeah, I mean, you're always going to find negative people on the internet. That's where they live. That's where they thrive. And I'm not saying that people don't like. I mean, my own brother, he talks about it to me all the time how he's disappointed with Phase 4. He doesn't like it. He thinks Marvel's doing too much, which I do agree with to some extent. I've still enjoyed a majority of what they put out in Phase 4. I'm still having fun with it, but yeah, you'd be forgiven if you weren't having a good time with it. You know, we all like what we like. Luke Ponto, I'm interested in seeing where the MCU goes, but I'm kind of starting to lose interest. Yeah, you're not alone. I'm gonna take these out because I don't need them anymore. Yeah, you're not alone. I mean, they're doing a lot, and people are starting to feel a little bit lost they think it's a mess, and you wouldn't be mistaken for thinking it's a mess. The end goal isn't as clear as it was before, but I also think they might be doing a little bit more deeper cuts that even the hardcore comic book fans don't exactly know what to be looking for. But I do believe they have a plan. And Kevin Feige, we trust, right? Louis Barry. I hope for Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer, man. Yeah, me too. I think they're gonna do it. Really think they do. Bawu Ames. Reggie Jean Page from Bridgerton as T'Challa, Black Panther, and Black Panther 2. How do you think? The problem is that they've said they're not recasting T'Challa. That T'Challa won't be in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So I don't know how they're gonna do a Black Panther movie without Black Panther, but they said they aren't. So no, I don't think he will be. Schofield Studios. The Star Wars Holiday Special will focus on Baby Groot's family taking in their own I Am Groot language without subtitles, like the Wookiees did in the Star Wars Holiday Special. Yes, I hope so. Just for the sake of the trolling joke, that would be amazing if we just followed Groot's family and all they said was I Am Groot for an hour and a half. That would be amazing. Those teenage movie reviewers. Oh, hey, yeah, I saw you guys' video. I think it was the Spider-Man No Way Home one. I can't remember. But yeah, welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome. What do you think of Giancarlo Esposito? I'm so getting that name wrong. Esposito potentially being Professor X. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool idea. I'd be up for it. But yeah, I don't. The next Professor X, no matter who it is, has such big shoes to fill. I mean, we did have why am I forgetting his name? McAvoy. Is it James McAvoy? McAvoy did take up after Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart's the iconic Professor X, though, and then there's James McAvoy. But those are two very big shoes to fill. And the next actor, he's got a lot. He's got a lot to fill. But yeah, he'd be a good choice. Those teenage movie reviewers. Oh, whoops. Already answered that one. Schofield Studios. DC hires actors who become controversial after they film movies, while DC hires Robert Downey. Well, Marvel, I think, hires Robert Downey Jr., who were controversial but becomes popular after they hire him. Marvel has good luck with actors. Yeah, DC just kind of got the unfortunate situation with Amber Heard and Ezra Miller. I mean, you couldn't have predicted it, at least as far as I know. Maybe they saw some stuff that they could have predicted, but you can't really predict what your actors or what people in general are going to do. It's the same like when you hire anyone anywhere. You don't know what kind of employee they're going to be. And unfortunately for DC, they got some bad eggs in their basket. Schofield Studios, not including Brie Larson. Brie Larson isn't that bad. I mean, she said some stuff, I understand, but yeah. I don't think Brie Larson's that bad. Luke Ponto, what is your favorite parody movie? Spaceballs instantly comes to mind. I love Spaceballs. Schofield Studios, autocorrect changed Avengers to Adventures. Okay, that makes sense. Luke Ponto, have you picked up any physical media lately? I picked up this beautiful thing. I finally watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was gonna do a review on it actually, and then I decided I wanted to do a Comic-Con video with Chillmonger. So my review for that will have to wait. But yeah, that's the one I've picked up so far. Lisbeth, sorry Zach, gotta go. Have a great stream. Oh well, thank you so much for being here, Lisbeth. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Luke Ponto, I'm seeing Nope tomorrow night, dude. I'm hoping I'm seeing it too. I'm really looking forward to that. It looks like it's gonna be fun. I think the reviews have been pretty positive. The ones that I saw were pretty positive. So I haven't really looked to see what it's actually getting. But yeah, I'm hoping to see that. If not tomorrow night, maybe Saturday. But yeah, you guys know me. I'm not the biggest horror guy, but I really enjoy Jordan Peele's previous movies with Get Out and Us. I'm looking forward to Nope. Schofield Studios, what's the weirdest, funniest, or dumbest comment you've gotten on a video? Oh my. I don't really remember. I don't want to say some like I don't want to. I did have someone on the Spider-Man. I don't want to call out anyone or anything, but I did have someone on the Spider-Man No Way Home video comment, "Why can't you guys?" I'm gonna paraphrase, and I'm not gonna get it right. It's not an exact quote, but basically he said, "Why won't you guys stop talking and put up the full movie?" It was like, this isn't obviously this is, or I think this was someone who typed into YouTube Spider-Man No Way Home full movie and got our reaction video. And obviously for YouTube, like copyright purposes and strikes and all that stuff, I can only put a few seconds on screen of the actual movie before we add commentary, and I usually just zoom in on us so that the whole video is out of frame so that I don't get copyrighted and stuff. So I guess he was getting annoyed with that, and he was like, "Why can't you just put up the full movie and stop talking?" And it's like, it's not the video, man. This isn't the full movie. This is our reaction. So that was kind of funny. Schofield Studios, are you excited for Nope? Very excited for Nope. Really looking forward to it. I like alien movies, and this one looks like it's gonna be like very similar to Signs, and I like Signs. M. Night Shyamalan. Luke Ponto, I think you should check out Where the Crawdads Sing. It's a really good movie. Yeah, I debated whether or not I was gonna go see that. I had a lot going on last weekend though, and it just kind of slipped through. I was like, I don't really need to make time to see this, and I had stuff going on. But great that you liked it, man. I'm glad that you liked it. I'll probably check it out when it comes out on like streaming or home video or something. But good to know that's a good movie. I'll look forward to that. Do you have, or Schofield Studios, do you have any theories for Nope? I don't have one personally, but one thing that I heard someone say online is it's not going to be aliens. Like the whole trailer is making it look like aliens. Possibly not aliens by the end of the movie. And you know what? That's an interesting theory. And I heard that and I was kind of like, that would be something of a twist, depending on what they do, whether they're internet dimensional beings or something. Like maybe it's the two main characters from the future that's messing with the past selves. That'd be interesting. Yeah, no, I don't really have much theories, as you can tell. Schofield Studios, do you think the horses in the Nope trailer are the aliens? There's a good theory. That's a really good theory. They do show those horses a lot, so maybe that's interesting. That's interesting. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind. Bawu Ames. Anthony Starr is Dracula in Blade. I hope it's true. Oh yeah, I saw the rumors about that. Blade is one that I wonder if they would do anything with at Comic-Con, but maybe it's too early in the process for that. I don't know. Luke Ponto, I loved your Jackass Shark Week reaction. Thanks, man. Thanks for checking that out. Yeah, people have wanted more another Jackass video from me. And I was scrolling on Discovery Plus, and it was Shark Week, and they brought up Jackass Shark Week, and I was like, okay, we got to do a reaction to that. That's got to be fun. And yeah, it was crazy. If you guys didn't watch the reaction at the last like experiment that they do, they have one of the guys riding a wakeboard, jumping over this ramp over this pit of sharks, and he actually his name's Poopies, and he actually falls into the pit of sharks, and he actually gets attacked. He gets bitten on his hand. And in the reaction, I'm a little bit regretful of this, so I'll just say this here real quick. In the reaction, we were so focused on like something happening, making the stupid jokes that we do, just trying to entertain, that I I I I made light of the situation. I actually watched Steve-O has a podcast from Jackass, and I was starting to really like, binge his stuff because it was really fascinating to listen to. And that guy was on the podcast telling the story about the shark attack, and it was actually really dangerous because what they were doing was they were throwing they were throwing like chunks of meat at the base of the ramp so that all the sharks gathered in that area, and then he was going to jump and glide on the wakeboard to safety, but he landed in a way that he just fell right in the water. And because the sharks were accustomed to things coming in the water and equaling food because they were eating all the chum, as soon as he fell in the water, the sharks just rammed him and mauled his hand and actually like severed his arteries. And he has like intense surgery now, and he like was very close to death. Like he could have bled out and stuff like that. So in the video, we make light of the situation, we make some jokes, but it was actually a really dangerous, more dangerous than I really um, you know, understood in the moment how dangerous it really was. And I'm really glad that Poopies ended up being okay. But yeah, that was gnarly. That was crazy. And it's the first shark attack on Discovery Plus, or not Discovery Plus, on Shark Week. Shark Week's been going on for 30 years, and Jackass was the first shark attack ever on Shark Week, and it was pretty crazy. But thank you for checking that out, guys. If you haven't checked out that video, Jackass on Shark Week, it's a pretty fun reaction video. Those teenage movie reviewers. Have you watched The Gray Man? It was released in some select theaters, but will be released tomorrow on Netflix. Not released in any theaters around me. My theaters don't really. They're not. They take the big wide releases. I don't really get very many indie or like selected theater movies here. I honestly probably won't even get that Spider-Man the More Fun edition in my theater. My theater just doesn't usually do that kind of stuff. But I'm looking forward to checking out The Gray Man when I have time. Hopefully this weekend I can watch that on Netflix. My priority is to see Nope, but if I get time, I'll definitely check out The Gray Man. It looks really cool, and the Russo brothers are doing it. Schofield Studios. The final trailer showed a UFO. Yeah, exactly. So it's like looking like aliens, but maybe they're not aliens. We'll find out. Luke Ponto. The Black Phone is out on digital now. If you want to check it out, I did see that. It was like on Amazon, and I debated whether or not I was gonna rent it. But I didn't. I can't remember if you can rent it or if you can buy it because I feel like it was $29.99, and I didn't want to spend that much, and I think it wanted me to buy it. I don't think I could rent it yet, but I'll watch that eventually. Schofield Studios, thoughts on Disney Star Wars? I like it. For me, Star Wars, and like I didn't really feel this way until recent years. Um, Star Wars for me, when I think Star Wars, I think episode 1 through 6. I think Phantom Menace to Return of the Jedi. I mean, that was Star Wars for me for so many years. I mean, the first original trilogy was Star Wars for so many years, and then the prequels got incorporated in my like younger like tween years, and that's always been Star Wars. And then the Force Awakens, I really enjoyed Force Awakens when it came out. I included that in the fold. Last Jedi, I like half of it, and then I don't like Rise of Skywalker, so that trilogy kind of flatlined for me, that I don't really think of it when I think of Star Wars now, not even Force Awakens, even though I still like that movie. For me, the star like I like The Mandalorian. I wasn't a big fan of the Book of Boba Fett. I liked Obi-Wan. I thought it was fun. I include that in Star Wars. It's a fun little thing to watch after episode 3. But for me, Star Wars in George Lucas's mind and stuff like that, it is about the Skywalkers. It's a family drama. It's family generations. It's an odyssey, so to speak. And I find that I'm less interested in it when it's not the Skywalker story. And maybe that's just because I'm so attached to those characters, because that's what I've been watching as Star Wars for so many years. It'd be like if you made I don't know, Back to the Future, which is like one of my favorite movie, or is my favorite movie ever. It's like if you made Back to the Future, but like it had nothing to do with the characters from Back to the Future, like Marty or Doc or any of them. I don't know how interested I would be in the Back to the Future. So that's kind of how I feel about Star Wars right now. Like, it doesn't have the Skywalkers. Everything's just kind of like little stories throughout the galaxy. And you know what? Not everyone is interesting throughout the galaxy. So I still like Star Wars. Disney Star Wars is fine, but yeah, when I think Star Wars, I'll forever think episodes 1 through 6. That's just me. Schofield Studios, have you thought of doing a try not to laugh challenge with Jackass, Monty Python, or something else? Kind of. I don't um I don't know if those are as popular anymore because those were a big thing. I remember those were huge when I was a teenager. I would sit and watch those with my friends all the time. I don't know how huge they are anymore, and like I just don't know if that's for this channel. I don't know if that's something for this channel. Maybe one day in the future, though. We'll see. Bamboo Ames. Dumbest comment is my comment. Oh, come on. Don't be so harsh on you. Oh, wait. Are you, are you the one that commented on? Oh, dude. This would take a huge turn. If you were the one that commented on the Spider-Man No Way Home, why didn't you just put up? Is that your comment? I didn't mean to call you out, but if that's your comment, that's really funny that I picked that. And thank you for watching the video and for being here tonight. Schofield Studios, what movies do you think needs a reboot? Needs a reboot? The New Mutants? No, I mean I don't know what needs, like, what's a movie that I'm trying to think of a movie that had a really cool like concept, but oh, you know what? Pixels with Adam Sandler, like that I did not really like that movie, and I thought the concept of it could have been really really cool, but it just ended up being this really lame comedy kind of action movie. I think if someone else did Pixels and did that a little bit more, not even thrillingly, but just like a better story, I think Pixels could be really cool. Reboot Pixels. I said it. Luke Ponto, Morbius versus Fantastic. Which would you watch again if you were forced? Fantastic. Only because I remember with Fantastic, Josh Trank's Fantastic Four, I remember actually liking it for like the first hour. I thought the character setups were kind of interesting. I liked the cast. I liked the kind of experimental body horror stuff that he was doing when they got their powers. I thought that was really cool. But when that card comes up that says, I think it says 1 year later. Once that card comes up 1 year later, the whole movie just goes downhill. It just trash. Like it gets so bad. And I remember I watched Fantastic, and after I watched it, I remember I like tweeted out, I know it would tick a lot of people off, but I honestly think the villain of Fantastic should have been the Thing, because the way that Ben Grimm was going after Miles Teller's Reed, like blaming him for all this, and everyone else got cool powers, but he just turned into a pile of rocks, and then he got forced to fight for the military and kill when he didn't want to. I think it would have been cool if he like blamed Reed, and like we had like this like reversal where the Thing was the villain that the other Fantastic 3 would have to fight. I know it would take a lot of hardcore fans off, but I remember watching that movie and being like, this would have been a better story if they had done this, because what they ended up doing was pretty trash. But yeah, Morbius was kind of trash all the way from the beginning. Fantastic, I did enjoy for at least an hour. Bawu Ames, have you seen Resident Evil from Netflix yet? And what do I think of it? I have not seen any of the Resident Evils, not even the movies. I'm not a big video game player either. I don't play very many video games, so I have not even played the Resident Evil games. Haven't seen the movies. To have no interest in watching the show for that reason. That I have. Is it a show or is it a movie? I have not watched it on Netflix, so no, I have not. All right, guys. And with that, I think that's going to be the end of this episode of Zach Milne Talks Live. So I want to thank all of you guys for being here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone who watched live, watched the replay. Thank you again to Chillmonger for being here and joining me. Thank you, everyone listening at the podcast. Once again, guys, the Zach Milne Talks Movies podcast is now available wherever you find podcasts. We got Apple Podcasts, we got Spotify, we got iHeartRadio, we've got Samsung's podcast. We got it all, man. So go out and find that podcast. All the episodes of Zach Milne Talks Live are on there, or I'm in the process of getting them all on there. This has been a great stream, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who contributed to the chat, giving us fun, good things to talk about. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Louis Barry and everyone else who super chatted tonight. The super chats are on, but I never expect you guys to use them. But if you ever want to contribute to the channel, help me out a little bit, it's always appreciated. It always humbles me, and I'm always so thankful for it. So thank you guys so much. Schofield Studios says, great stream. Have a goring day. We'll have a goring day to you too, Schofield Studios. And with that, guys, I will see you again next week. Same Zach time, same Zach channel.